How can I connect with like-minded souls and find my spiritual community? I think this is a question that a lot of people are asking in many ways. I don't know exactly where you're at on your awakening spiritual journey. Sometimes that can be a little bit of tiptoeing around and kind of feeling out like, where are people? Some people are just stepping in, and that's a little bit different vibe than people who have been on the journey for a long time or who are really expanded. And it's kind of like, oh, what do you mean you guys are doing that? So I think what I would say is just say yes. Say yes unless you have a clear no. When you get invited to something that you're not really sure about, say yes. Unless it, deep in your gut, you're like, absolutely not. Like, I know what's happening there and it's not my thing. Because when we say yes, we open ourselves to new opportunities. It's something that I loved about living in Bali. When I was living there, I would go out to eat a lot of the time because it was inexpensive and there was great quality food places. And I also liked the camaraderie of people. And one beautiful soul comes to mind to share that I was sitting there and she said to me, "Oh, I love your top." And we ended up getting into this most amazing discussion. She was a clothing designer and she was from Australia, and she was there doing her production runs, and she wanted, to copy my top. But it got us talking and talking and talking. And I thought, that just doesn't happen as much in the US or in Europe or in westernized worlds. And part of the reason was because we're all sort of in that fun, she wasn't on vacation. I certainly wasn't on vacation, but it's kind of that, it reminds me of the energy of when you're in college or, right out of high school, and you're finding your tribe and you're trying to figure out where you fit in. And so when we're back in that awakening journey, it feels kind of like, where do we fit in? And so I loved that Bali brought that out in me, to just meet new people and to just talk to people that I wouldn't normally talk to make a comment on someone's blouse or make a comment on anything that we felt genuinely that we wanted to comment on. And oftentimes today we're just like, oh, we're just in our own lane and we don't want to make conversation because we're not sure what's going to come of it. And so I would encourage you to just keep your eyes wide open. And when you're out and about, look for the people that are smiling back at you. Look for the people that are having that same vibrational feeling. And you know what I mean, because your looks necessarily, it might be how they're dressed or how they present themselves, but you get a feel like vibrationally of like who aligns with you and who doesn't. So I think that that's really part of it, is just keeping your eyes open, not being so shy as sometimes we get as we're growing into our next phase of our life, and just being open to saying yes to everything that makes sense to us. And it's a great segue into the Awaken Inner Wisdom community. I would love for you to apply. It's a place where like-minded souls can come and get into deeper discussions. So on this show, we talk about lots of topics that all relate to relationships and helping us shift and unravel our minds. And so there's great discussion that happens here in a Q&A format, but in the Awaken Inner Wisdom membership, you'll actually be with me in a closed private Zoom group. And each week we have a really in-depth discussion about a topic, and then an open forum where people can comment and go deeper. And it's created specifically for people like you who are looking for their tribe, who are looking for those higher conscious conversations. And look, I know we all have tons of friends and people in our lives, but a lot of times those friends aren't on the same spiritual ascension journey that we are. We can only go so far with them on certain topics, and then it's like, okay, we kind of capped out. But you desire to have deeper, richer discussions in a place where you can take things that you really want insights on, or you really want to anchor in a different way. And so the Awaken Inner Wisdom membership is a beautiful place to do that. There is an application process, so please go to bethbell.me and you'll see where to apply there. I'd love to hear from you. And there's lots of other resources on bethbell.me. There's the Awakening and Healing Handbook, the Herpes Handbook, the Psychedelics Resource Guide, lots of other things on there. There's the flower gazing module. So if you're someone who's having a hard time with meditation or just quieting the mind, I talk about how I was really able to leverage the flowers into meditation. Actually, the universe really guided me into photographing flowers and observing them and really leveraging that as a way to quiet my mind. So there's lots of resources over there. I can't wait to hear from you. As always, if you have a question, you're watching this on replay, submit the questions to bethbell.me/question, or you can put them here in the comments on my YouTube channel. So I look forward to seeing you again next week. In the meantime, please like and subscribe and hit the bell so you know when the next live is, 11:11 on every Sunday. All right, wishing you only bliss and love until next week. Namaste.